Hey guys, welcome back to GeekJ, where we make tech, tutorials and gaming simpler and better. Excuse the voice and maybe sickly look, but I've come down with a case of sinusitis, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Been feeling kind of under the weather, but the show must go on. In this video, I'll show you how updating to the latest OptiScaler version finally allows us to use Streamline Frame Generation for the best frame generation experience possible without having to modify our drivers and without using OptiFG solutions that some users have reported visual issues and crashes with. So stick around because I'll show you exactly how to configure XeFG in just a few clicks. As shown in my previous video, which you can find right up there. Hello? We'll first remove the old OptiScaler installation. Next, we need to download the latest OptiScaler from the developers Discord channel, and I'm gonna have a link in the description below. So before we dive into the setup, here's why this update is a game changer. So again, I've put together this presentation to walk you through all the key improvements in version 0.9.0 pre-7, and this is including the latest and previous builds of the pre-7, so the 13th and the 15th of December. So basically, we are seeing that they've added the FSR4 and XeFG support, and by 4 they mean 4.0.3, and as always they say explicitly that we should expect issues and we should report them with logs. So let's see. FSR4 and Redstone, they have updated to FFX 2.1 SDK, which includes the FSR 4.0.3 upscaler and FSR-FG 4.0.0, which is machine learning frame generation. And it is currently RDNA 4 only for people that are asking, and we have improvements which are a driver override support, boot crash fixes, and better model selection. For the XeFG integration, we have major progress on Intel's XeFG implementation. It only works on borderless Windows, so if you're playing on exclusive full screen, it's not going to work for you. Just switch to borderless window and it's going to work just fine. There is no Vulkan support yet, and we have a debug view available. So it's the pink lines and the double frame times. And we should also disable HAGs for a better experience if we have a lower FPS than expected, basically. Some game fixes and quirks, some targeted adjustments for key titles. So as we can see here, they have Luma, Unreal Engine, which is like general for a lot of Unreal Engine games. Autofix is applied, and they added some Windows 10 support. Cities Skylines 2, we have DirectX 12 crash fixed. We also have Monster Hunter Wilds menu scale 1 is saved now. And for the Pragmata demo, the quirks are applied. Some quality of life to refine the experience. They have the VR FPS limit calculator added. They also have active quirks info in the menu. OptiFG CPU usage is reduced, and the Agility SDK has been updated to a very modern version. Some important notes, and they advise us to read before installing. XeFG do not use anti-lag 1 or enhanced sync from the Adrenaline software menu. XeFG also don't use RTSS with reflex injection. DLSSG via Streamline recommended for inputs, and download both zip parts, Discord limit workaround. So thankfully for this latest version, it's only coming in one part, so we can just right click on this and open up with 7Z. And how we're going to install it. If you want to see this in more detail, you can check out the previous video as I mentioned before. But anyway, we're in our game folder. Over here, we're going to go into engine, binaries, and then Win64R. And over here, we are going to copy and paste all these files that we have. I usually select everything and then deselect the ones that I'm not going to use, and just drag and drop these in the game folder and then replace everything. And that's pretty much the extraction. So let's go on with the installation. The installation is the setup part over here, which is a file named setup_windows.bat. We're gonna double click on this. I'm gonna go with the first option, which is dxgi.dll, and press enter. And I'm on an AMD RX 6800 XT, so I'm gonna go with option 1 again and then press enter. And then, yes, I do want to use the DLSS inputs, so I'm gonna press 1 for yes and then press enter. And as you can see, it says that the setup has completed successfully, and we can press any key to continue. And that's pretty much it. It's real easy to set up. So yeah, follow the on-screen steps regarding to your hardware and you're gonna be totally fine. So now let's launch Where Winds Meet, our game of choice as of late. And a disclaimer, use OptiScaler in online games at your own risk. Just putting it out there so we can avoid all the people coming into the comments saying, oh, you're gonna get banned, blah, blah, blah. Yes, yes. So you'll probably get an on-screen message that your graphics settings have been reset. As you can see over here, hardware changed and reset the display settings, blah, blah, blah. We just press space to confirm. And what we need to do is basically resume and let the game load into the game world. So we're gonna go into the game settings by clicking this cog over here that says settings. And we're gonna set the graphics settings or display settings however we like. We'll go with unrestricted, DLSS, DLAA, leave everything else as is. So set the app scaler to DLSS and choose a quality preset that lets you maintain an average of 60 FPS. And since my hardware can handle over 60 FPS in DLAA, I'll set it to that. As you can see, we're hovering around 70 right now. So I'm pretty good with the 6800 XT and the 5800 X3D CPU. So now press insert to open the OptiScaler settings menu. Then I'll select my preferred app scaler. I'm going with XeSS since it doesn't require me to modify my drivers. And now we're going to shift our focus to frame generation. And this section over here, you can see we have two sub options, the FG source and the FG output. And here's where the magic happens, because now we finally have access to Streamline Frame Generation. So DLSSG by Streamline, we're going to select that. And then for the output, I'm going to go with XeFG, so Xe Frame Generation basically. And I'm going to save INI and then close. Do not forget to save the INI, because if you don't do that, you will have to basically restart your game, then redo all the stuff we did, and then again restart your game after you save the INI. So it's not going to be fun. Just save and then click close. So now we need to restart the game. Let me press escape and then exit and quit to desktop. And immediately I'm just gonna go ahead and restart my game. So the first restart saves our settings to the INI file, so OptiScaler knows our configuration. And as you saw, we're probably gonna be greeted by the same message that we changed our hardware. That's fine, we're just gonna load into the game. So before we do anything else, press escape, go back into settings and display, and again, set your settings to your preferred settings, just like we did before. I'm gonna go with DLAA, and as you can see over here, we have the option to enable NVIDIA Frame Generation. We are going to enable this right now. And as you can see, NVIDIA Reflex is automatically enabled as well. And this is exactly what we want. So after you've set your settings to your preferred settings, just exit out of this menu. And as you can see on the top left of our screen, Frame Generation hasn't been enabled yet. So again, we need to press Insert to open the OptiScaler menu. And now, as you can see over here, we need to set the Frame Generation XeFG to active. You might see higher FPS values already, but notice there's a message telling us to restart the game one last time for Frame Generation to apply correctly. So basically, as you can see here, verbatim it says, restart the game to apply correct XeFG settings. So don't skip this step. This final restart activates the frame generation interpolation properly. So save INI, again, close, and we're gonna restart our game. As you can see, the frame generation is working properly, but for one last time, we're gonna press insert, and we are going to enable the XeLL. And how we're gonna do that is basically we're gonna go with a frame limit. I'm gonna set it to 162, which is 3 FPS lower than the maximum refresh rate of my monitor. And then I'm gonna apply the limit. And basically that's how you do it. We're using XeLL. Gonna save INI and close. And as you can see, no error messages. We have frame generation on, and it's through the Streamline method, so everything is working perfectly. We don't need to apply any fixes. The UI looks perfect, and the game feels extremely smooth. So yeah, frame generation with XeFG working perfectly on where winds meet, without modding our drivers, with less input lag, less frame gen latency, and hopefully without any issues. If this helped you squeeze more frames out of your setup, smash that like button and subscribe for more optimization. Don't forget to click on that bell to never miss another of my guides, and drop your results in the comments. I read every single one of them. And speaking of the community, a huge shout out to our members, Paris STR as an architect, and Kostas Dari, an architect as well. Thank you both for your incredible support. Your names will be in the credits, and you'll get behind the scenes access to what I'm working on next when that video is ready. If you want to support the channel and get perks like early access to videos, member shoutouts, or even your name in the credits, check out the join button below. And as always, if you're feeling generous, super thanks are always appreciated and help keep the content coming. So yeah, guys and gals, see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye.